Hey, it's Fern Bark, and today we're going to talk about the Luma surround Wi-Fi system. This is the 3-pack right here, and in this video I'll go over what it actually does, pros and cons of the unit, and some installation bugaboos I encountered while I was setting this thing up. You can buy these individually or in a 3-pack like this. This 3-pack retails for right around $3.99, and that price may vary depending on where you're looking. So you get 3 of these guys, and basically what it is you set up one of these into your modem, and then it basically is an independent Wi-Fi system. This is what one of the modules looks like. I have it set up about as far away from the base module that it can go. They're pretty small. I really don't care for the way they are supposed to stand up. You pretty much have to stand them up like this. It's a little tippy. And then the way the cord comes out the back I find to be not convenient for, trying to get it flush up against the wall, so you kind of have to leave a little bit of space in here or it's going to push it forward or something like that. Now, each unit comes with its own power supply, which looks like this right here. And then the kit also includes one Cat 5 cable to connect to your modem. So you're going to plug in the cable to the inlet, and then the other one's going to, of course, is going to connect to your modem. Another thing I'm not super fond of is both the power cord and the Cat 5 cable are pretty short. So you pretty much have to locate this very close to your modem. Then you also have an output port. I used one of these to connect my smart TV to that doesn't have Wi-Fi built into it. You can also daisy chain a group of these together if you want to. So why would you want to buy one of these? You get one of these if you have a modem for internet but you don't have any kind of Wi-Fi provided to it, so you don't have a router with Wi-Fi, or your modem doesn't have the router and the Wi-Fi built into it. This is going to let you get Wi-Fi around your house. The other reason you might want to get one of these guys is it has a lot of features in it that allow you to provide control over the Wi-Fi service in your house. This is going to be really probably more important for people with kids and things like that. All of your functionality is controlled through either Android or a iPhone or iOS device. Currently Windows is not supported with this. I guess they're working on it. Anyhow, of course, on the left here, my Samsung is the Android, and then this is the iPhone. The screens are quite a bit different. For example, here down at the bottom, I can see my 3 Lumas are all online. Here, it doesn't show that they're online, but when I pick on each individual one, it will show me that it's online. The other thing that it seems like you have it's a little easier to use the Android controls than the iPhone, and that may just be me, it may not. But there's a couple differences. The menu buttons, you get a little bit different things on each one. I guess these are pretty similar. And then you swipe. I can never get out of here. There we go. A lot of the things are down at the bottom on the iOS, and it's located up at the top on the Android. Alright, my apologies for shooting through the window, but it's so windy outside that if I go out there it's just going to make wind noise. But anyhow, my current setup is we have the modem is a combination modem router Wi-Fi unit, and it's located down there, which is where the office in the house is. Now the problem I have is I'm located all the way down at the other end of the house, and the garage is down at this end too. So I would like to get Wi-Fi, better signal out here in my camper and in the garage than I'm currently getting right now, because the speeds are pretty slow. So one of the problems with this device is they don't include any directions at all other than download the app and follow the directions on the app, which leaves open a wide variety of issues. For example, I thought I was going to be able to daisy chain the units down the length of the house and get signal down there, but I can't because you have the main unit that's plugged into the modem, and I'm just going to call that the base unit, and then the other units are satellite units. And if they're not in proximity to the base unit, they don't get a signal, so they don't daisy chain off of each other, which is a huge bummer. That's not mentioned anywhere in the directions. You can find that information if you sort through the facts on the website, which is kind of lame in my opinion. Just really the lack of directions on this whole thing is a real bummer. So right now there's a Luma right here in this window, and I also have a Wi-Fi extender right underneath there. And then of course the main unit is down here at that end of the house. What I'm going to do is measure, if I can say it possibly, some speeds using all three of those Wi-Fi sources. Okay, so I just picked the first speed test off of what Google suggested, and then I also am going to use the Xfinity speed test, which is my actual internet provider. And I am currently hooked up to the first Wi-Fi is what I named the Luma Wi-Fi connection. So I'm going to go ahead and run this speed test. Okay, alright, I ran the Xfinity one off camera just because it's boring. But anyhow, they're pretty close. I usually get 17 to 22 out here with the Luma system. And now I'll run it with the home base system. Okay, you can see I'm connected to the Wi-Fi extender right here. I'm going to go ahead and test the speed one more time. I'll run this one live, and then I'll run the Xfinity off camera. So you can see why I wanted to get better Wi-Fi out here, because I stream a lot of video and I up and download videos a lot, and the speed is typically pretty shoddy out here. This is kind of low. Usually I get about half what the Luma provides. And here are the speeds off of the Xfinity. A little bit faster. Uploads about the same, but by any stretch of the means, this is really poor. We have a cable internet at the house, so it should be much faster than that. You can see though that the signal strength is fairly comparable, so I'm not getting better signal strength with the Lumas than I am off of the home router Wi-Fi deal. I'm going to go ahead and hook straight up to the home router, and I will test the speeds. Alright, so these are the results straight off of the modem. You can see it's a little better than off of the Wi-Fi extender, not gigantically better. Here we're getting some better speeds over here. I don't know why there's such a discrepancy between the Xfinity speed test and the other one. Whoops. But it's usually quite a bit faster. This is kind of weird. But anyhow, I've been using the Luma for about a week, and I can definitely say that it feels like when I'm browsing, things are a little bit quicker. I don't have anywhere near the pause when I'm uploading or when I'm watching videos on YouTube and things like that. So I have to give the Luma a big thumbs up on definitely much better performance than I was getting off the Wi-Fi extender and the regular. So here's the speeds that the unit is measuring itself. Now it must be getting this because it's plugged straight into the modem, and this is not the speed you're getting through the Wi-Fi functionality of it. So I guess if I had a computer or something plugged into it right there, you're going to get that kind of speed, which is 3 times faster than I was getting it off of the Wi-Fi. So I'd really like to be getting that speed, but I'm not really getting that speed. And I think that this is misleading because the whole purpose of this device is that you're using it for Wi-Fi. No one's plugging directly into the unit that's plugged into the modem, because you could just plug into the modem. So you think you're getting 62 megabytes per second, you're really getting 20, or at least that's what I'm getting. You may get better than that depending on your conditions, but I just feel that this is grossly misleading. Alright, so after using this for a week, what do I really think about it? At first I was pretty peeved when I tried to set it up. I mean, the directions say sets up in 10 minutes, and I probably spent 90 minutes getting them all to work, including a phone call to tech support. You know, I called up, and the app says, press the Bluetooth button to connect via Bluetooth, and that's the big button, and then a small print underneath it, it says, use Wi-Fi to connect. So I hit the Bluetooth button, I call them up, and the girl's like, are you using Android or iOS? I'm like, Android. Are you using the Bluetooth? Yeah. And she goes, well, that doesn't work. You're going to have to connect using Wi-Fi. All right. That's problem number one. Then problem number two was my phone was picking the stronger Wi-Fi signal, which at that point was the home Wi-Fi system. Well, in order to make everything work, you have to be hooked up to the Luma Wi-Fi system. Well, it doesn't tell you that anywhere. So I had to keep telling my phone to reconnect to the Luma Wi-Fi setup so it could complete the process. And then another problem is when you're setting them up initially, I'm talking to the tech person, who by the way was delightful. It was awesome. I got right through to him and was talking to a real person speaking American English. So thumbs up on your tech support. Nothing, no complaints there. But then she's like, well, where's the Luma that you're trying to set up? And I'm 2 rooms down. She goes, well, it's best if you're within 15 feet. Well, it doesn't say that anywhere in the directions because there aren't any directions. So there's lots of information that they could include that would make it easier to set up, because there's just things you think should be okay, but they're not okay. So I was pretty steamed at the end of the first day. Now that I got everything up and running, I really like the fact that I'm on the internet 3 times faster than I was before. I mean, I knew it was slow, but I didn't know it was that slow. I just uploaded 50 videos to a new YouTube channel. It went way quicker than it was doing before. And then my TV, I'm going through the menus like Netflix and Amazon much faster than I was before. So, I mean, once you get set up, it's not as the marketers want you to say as when you're reading all the stuff that they send you. But once you get up and going, it's a pretty good deal. The other thing would be, if I had kids, it would be really handy to go into the app and say, and then I can go into their devices and say, no internet after 10 or 8 or whatever time you decide, you know, and then they can't be staying up all night doing what they're doing. So it provides you some real nice controls as a parent, which for me is not a big deal, but for other people, I also think they could do a much better job explaining where to locate your first Luma and let you know that you can't daisy chain off of them, that it's going to be a hub system where the one that's connected to the router is the center and everything goes around it. That's not explained anywhere, and I'm sure this isn't the only house in America that has an office and a bedroom at one end, and they would like to put internet all the way through the whole house, and they're going to spend 400 bones on this guy, only to find out that that's not going to do what they think it's supposed to do. So the marketing with these guys is pretty strong. They really need to spend a little better time explaining the facts to people and less time selling the sizzle. Other than that, you just have to decide for yourself if the functionality is worth the price of the product. Thanks for watching.